Today, we're checking out the book Superhuman, one of my favorite biohacking pieces written by Dave Asprey. It contains a lot of information, it's pretty dense and valuable, packed with knowledge. I like it because of its specific. It's not a general abstract book you'd find on any shelf that just teaches you to exercise more and eat cleaner. There's just a lot of specific little things to learn from this book. Here, I'll highlight a couple of the tools, tips, and hacks or philosophies I've discovered that made me go like, I never thought about it, or I'd be excited to try it. Let's go. Living longer is about delaying degradation in function. This is what things you think of as healthy, such as eating clean or drinking enough water or exercising intensely, do to your body. They improve function, which means more energy, sharper focus, and a stronger body. This in itself is the antidote to aging and life degradation. It's the way to extend your life and feel better. Aging is a disease that can be slowed down or even reversed by proactive interventions and lifestyle choices. It's interesting how his stance about aging is that we can take control of our biology and optimize physiological functions in the body that can help us extend life. See, as we age, our ability to recover declines. And this is how degradation in physiological functioning or the ability to recover is related to aging and it's associated to disease development. So the first thing to do is to protect ourselves as much as we can from the top 4 most common killers, which are diabetes or obesity, cancer, neurodegeneration, and cardiovascular diseases. But not dying will only get you so far. Living more isn't necessarily living better. So step 2 is optimizing your physiology so you can gain more energy and recover faster. This is where improving health span or the quality of your life and health is even more important than just extending a lifespan. Mitochondria are the power cells of the body. They play a role in various aspects of human health and longevity, things like aging, disease prevention, and even metabolism. Mitochondrial dysfunction means inability to create enough energy. This comes with greater oxidative stress or oxidative damage and increased rate of inflammation. By supporting the mitochondria and optimizing their function, we age slower, we age better, and recover faster. Some of the approaches Dave mentions are number 1, ketosis and intermittent fasting, which produce a mild stressor to the mitochondria, making it a bit more resilient. 2, there are specific supplements that can enhance mitochondrial function, things like coenzyme Q10, NAD+, or even things like alpha-lipoic acid. Number 3 are certain physiological stimuli that we get from things like caloric restriction, HIIT exercise, so high interval intensity training, or even cold exposure. Those seem to help with mitochondrial biogenesis or the creation of new mitochondria. I have created a newsletter called Keys to Vitality, which brings you one key insight or actionable step every Tuesday in your mail to get you closer to elevating your energy, vitality, and optimizing your performance. You'd get things like 3 steps to fat loss, how to sharpen your focus in 4 steps, micro workouts for metabolic health, or how blue blockers can affect deep sleep. This is the kind of newsletter you're gonna want to check out. Link in the description below. Your call. He also talks about Kryptonite Factors or elements that accelerate aging and deteriorate health. It's not just about adding things on to improve health. Take a little bit of minimalistic approach. Sometimes it's about removing the junk, removing the toxins from your life and from your environment for your body to be able to thrive. One thing that stood out to me is environmental toxins. So how do you optimize your environment so you have the least amount of toxins around you? To get rid of things like mold and arsenic and lead, carbon monoxide, etc. that are known to degrade physiological function. These detrimentally affect our health, sleep, and lower our energy levels. So first thing you can do is drink filtered or tap water to remove pollution. Second thing is to reduce the intake of processed foods that are full of toxins and junk. 3 is limiting heavy metal exposure, so maybe live in a place with less industrial emission, remove certain cosmetic products, or don't spend your life on electronics all the time. Fourth thing, which leads on to this, is radiation. So you don't want to be around devices all the time. You don't want to have Bluetooth and 5Gs and all these things on at all time, especially not while you're sleeping. Once you take care of the kryptonite factors and sort of exclude them, the body and the mitochondria can regenerate better and optimize its function. This means longer life, feeling better, and higher energy levels. I'm very familiar with the ROI concept, or return on investment. Healthy people value health. It's why they eat clean, they sleep deep, and prioritize exercise. Well, even if you see in rich people, those who are actually very busy, they do tend to appreciate health and they do tend to value doing things that are healthy because they understand the equation. As the wheels of life are spinning, you're losing more and more time. If investing 1 hour a day to exercise or cook your meals will extend your life, it'll give you more of these currencies like time, energy, which is more important, and attention. So although a lot of people think they're busy doing something else, for those who won't prioritize health, the life is going to be degraded faster and you're going to have less of it. So I've decided that this is one of the areas I don't want to save up much on. Things like fitness equipment, medical tests, quality nutrition supplements, I got it. If it is for my health, it is for my energy, and it makes sense to invest in it. Then we have nootropics. These are your cognitive enhancers, basically supplements that tend to improve cognitive function in the domains like memory, focus, creativity, and mental clarity. See, the more you use your brain, the better it'll be. The more you learn new things, the more adaptable your brain's gonna become, which is good because you're gonna keep it young and plastic for longer time. Now, the part I liked most is that cognitive decline is something we expect as we age. So things like dementia and Alzheimer's and Parkinson's are sort of taken as a normal thing, right? But he argues this shouldn't be considered normal. There is no good reason why you shouldn't be able to memorize things or focus your attention. It brings forth the idea of preventing neurodegeneration or brain decline before it happens. So the goal is to support its complex physiology, and part of that is nourishing the brain with the right nutrients. For the brain to create more energy, it needs to have the solid fats, the healthy type of fats that are going to fuel it. Instead of just thinking caffeine for energy, which blocks fatigue, we're talking about a more natural way to produce energy from using these nutrients. So eating more healthy fats, things like avocados and olive oil and walnuts, are good and important. Also, ketosis can help for brain performance, so things like fasting or low carb, high fat or ketogenic diet, or even things like MCT oil in your coffee could drastically improve brain performance. Next thing is about building a bulletproof heart. It makes sense as cardiovascular diseases are the leading cause of mortality. So classic markers for cardiovascular disease are elevated LDL cholesterol, too high blood pressure, so hypertension, or things like weak heart capacity. In a way, improving heart health is one of the best ways to delay death. First approach is cardio, because it takes care of a lot of these things. Like it improves your heart and lung capacity, it improves blood circulation, and it increases VO2 max levels. There are two types: high interval intensity training and low intensity steady state training. Both are good for different things. Second one is stress management. Things like deep breathing, mindful meditation, yoga, biofeedback are all ways to sort of diminish or reduce the negative effects of stress on your cardiovascular health. 3 are supplements for a healthy heart, and these includes things like both healthy fats but also things like coenzyme Q10, again, magnesium, antioxidants, and omega-3 fatty acids, which may protect from oxidative damage and inflammation. If you're into health, biohacking, and longevity, I recommend you to pick up a copy of this book and read it. You won't regret it. The depths he went into creating such a piece are impressive. It's not the general, non-specific, abstract things you'd find in any book like Eat Clean and Sleep Deeper and Exercise More Regularly. It's rarely when someone goes into depths of testing things like, nicotine microdose or red light therapy or putting MCT oil in their coffees and really ruminating on the effects of those while backing it up with research. The compelling storytelling, the way the larger context of health and longevity is brought up into one piece, it's a great one. Pick it up and read it. And you'll never know. Maybe this is why you make it to 120.